Excuse me, in my pajamas. I am exhausted. I went to bed so late. I had a constant in-stream of like comments on that video last night, and it just kept me awake. There was so much vitriol and aggressive weirdness coming off that video. I'm even tempted to delete it. That law of attraction doesn't exist video. There's so many fucking angry comments. It's almost triggered me because people are being so angry towards me and so aggressive. It's fucking bizarre. I've never had such a reaction. What's wrong with people? Hi, Jazz. Hi, Evelyn. Like, such bad juju in the comment section of that video. Like, you could bottle that. You could probably destroy the world with the fucking bad vibes in there. And all these people apparently are all law of attraction people, and the bad vibes they're emanating are fucking disgusting. What are your thoughts about Sammy's new video about Neville? I commented on it this morning, darling. I think Sammy is confused about the difference between conscious and subconscious thinking. She's teaching people in this new video to just say things consciously, but isn't factoring in it, allowing it to sink into your subconscious. So kind of saying it just overrides it because you've said it once or twice, saying, I am a person whose positive thoughts only manifest, but she's known for a long time that your subconscious thought overrides everything because it's dominant and it's been there a long time. So if you just start saying these new sayings, that's great, but your dominant thoughts that have been there a long time are still going to dominate and override that thinking. So you can try and do that, but that's conscious thought she's teaching people to do. And it's not against anything Neville said. Nothing she says in the video is not what Neville said. Neville doesn't have any rules. He spoke about your I amness. So if you step into the state of, I am a person who only manifests positive things, yeah, sure. You will eventually do that when you've crowded out all other thinking out of your subconscious mind. But you've got to crowd out all other thinking, Sammy. Which isn't against anything Neville said. So she's kind of saying, I'm against everything Neville said. No, you're not. You're still teaching the same thing. You're just saying it differently. Because you're not understanding the difference between subconscious and conscious thinking when you're just difference between subconscious and conscious thinking, because she normally does know the difference. So I'm kind of confused as what she's getting at. I'm in my pajamas. I'm so tired. I went to bed at midnight and woke up at my normal time of like 5:30, 5 o'clock. So I'm like half asleep. I've had hardly any sleep. Hey, Loz, what does it mean if I feel numb to what I try to manifest? It just means your subconcept's got better, darling. You're not in such desperate needy energy about it. It's a good thing. Which is better, manifesting the end goal or what you want to achieve in a time span? Well, I wouldn't try and achieve anything in a time span, darling. It's not something I personally believe in. I go by what Neville says and what the Bible says, which is it's a vision. The vision has its own appointed hour. It will ripen, it will flower. If it be long, wait, for it is sure and it will not be late. However, if you want to do that, do that. But it's always the aim to live in the end, from the end goal. Yes, because whatever it is you want to achieve, you want to imagine it's happening now. Good morning. Tomorrow I have to see my PS, affirmations to calm me down a little. What's your PS? Oh, your SP. Your PS. Darling, don't feel like you're going to be uncalm. Step into the state tonight as you fall asleep. He is going to be so happy to see me. I'm going to put my crown on my head, and as I walk in, he's just going to be wowed by me, mesmerized by me, captivated by me. He can't wait to see me. He loves being around me. He's in awe of me. And I feel so confident when I walk in that room. I know he loves me. Or she. How can we ignore the third party? If you can't, darling, don't even try. Just accept her. Okay? You created her. Just accept her. If you can't ignore her. How to let it sink into the subconscious? Well, the only way to really do that, darling, is to really step into the state of you are that now. You are that new person with those new thoughts. If you can just step into the state and be like, I am that now, and just fully commit yourself, which is mostly impossible for most people because their brain will fight them. So, because their brain's fighting with old thinking, you've got to put in new thinking, which is what affirmations are. They're just purely new thoughts to cancel out the old affirmations in your mind. This isn't going to work out. He hates you. You fucked everything up. You're a piece of shit. You always screw everything up. What's wrong with you? Those thoughts. You've got to think the opposite. You've also got to step into the state of I have it already and live in the end in your mind that you and your person are back together, or you've got the house now, or the money now, or the job now. You have it now. That's called living in the end or from the end, okay? Guys, if you're really confused about that, you can go and watch my videos called How to Manifest Properly. It's a series on my TikTok now. It's a playlist, is How to Manifest. A whole lot of people got triggered on that video because they were like, why are you advertising your playlist? Advertising? I'm not earning any money from it, bitch. And I'm just saying, there's only so much I can explain in 3 minutes, you dumb. See you next Tuesday. Do you want me to explain how to manifest in 3 minutes, plus also talking about how law of attraction doesn't exist in 3 fucking minutes? How fast do you expect me to talk? Why don't you go and watch a 16-minute playlist and educate yourself, because you're lost as fuck. There are so many triggered people in that comment section. It's just like unbelievable. Diva was commenting today and defending me because there were just so many horrible fucking comments. Like horrible, nasty shit. Nasty. Like the nastiest of the nastiest vibes. Never seen anything like it. And what's so amazing about it is they've not listened in the video. I'm not saying manifestation, it doesn't exist. Oh, and manifestation exists? Of course it exists. Bitch, did you watch the video? Did you clean out your ears before you did so? Or did you just get triggered by the title and get so fucking triggered that your reticular activating system only noticed all the negative shit I was saying about law of attraction, and you didn't hear what I said manifesting was halfway through the video because you were triggered as fuck? And your reticular activating system, which is that thing that notices 1111 all the time and signs and manifests butterflies but can't fucking manifest anything else, just noticed the shit you were looking for when you saw the triggering title? Your energy is beyond the best. Oh, thank you, darling. Is it possible to not want SP while living in the end? Guys, if you don't want them anymore, stop manifesting them. Find another one. Guys, you don't have to keep manifesting the one you don't want. But I don't understand that. Why would you not want them? If you're not wanting them, that's probably telling you something. You're probably not in love with them. Is that what you mean? Thanks, Jim. Should we only have 3 specific affirmations? It's kind of boring. Fuck no. Who fucking told you that? 3 specific affirmations. That's a bit dull. Everything's working out for me. My life is perfect. I'm so beautiful. Everything is about, fuck, life would be a bit dull if they're the only 3 thoughts you had all day, darling. Have a few. Have at least 5 really core stuff about your self-concept from childhood, like I am chosen, I am enough, blah, 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 if that's your issue. And then have a gazillion to rampage about your self-concept for all I care, and have a few for your SP. You're a babe. I affirmed a house we'd move in next week. Couldn't have done it without you. Oh, wonderful, Tracy! You're moving next week? Hooray. Wonderful, darling. I love when you go off. Thank you. If I have negative thoughts sometimes. Am I manifesting negative stuff? Probably, Cherry. Probably. Guys, look. Unfortunately, a lot of people in that comment section of that video aren't understanding that you're manifesting all the time. They're thinking of manifesting as a thing to do, that they suddenly discovered it and now they're doing it. They're not aware that they're doing it all the time. What they're trying to do is consciously manifest on purpose the things you now want. Generate stories of what you now want, not what you don't want. Give meaning, good meaning to things rather than manifesting bad shit happening. Okay, so if you've had negative thoughts, you can say things like, my positive thoughts only manifest. Unfortunately, you're going to really have to dominantly think that to crowd out all other thoughts that you had before that are going to play out in your 3D. Unfortunately, when they play out, you're just going to kind of sit there like the dog with the coffee with the fire burning around him saying, everything's fine. Because you know you caused those circumstances, so you can change them. Law of attraction seems to make them very aggressive. Oh, Daredevil, you were in there defending me. Thank you, darling. What was with that comment section? The aggression and the aggro and the bad... I don't use the word vibes, but the bad fucking vibes in there. Jesus Christ, you could bottle it and make a nuclear bomb with those fucking bad juju vibes. Everyone was so angry because they weren't listening to the video. They were only hearing what they wanted to hear, which was me saying it's not a thing. And they were honestly, some of them were so thick that they actually watched the video and thought I meant manifesting doesn't work. Manifesting isn't a thing. Have you seen the name of my account, bitch? Have you watched any of my other videos? Or are you just triggered by 3 minutes? Do you make a judgment like that on everyone you meet in the first 3 minutes? Holy shit, I'd hate to be you in a relationship, and how triggered you get in a relationship. Fuck me. Hate to be in a relationship with any of those people. I'm trying to manifest my parents accepting me, but they keep being homophobic. All right, darling. Lucas, you've got to get rid of the story that they don't want you to be gay. You've got to get rid of the story that they care about that. My parents love me just the way I am. I'm their son and they love me anyway. They don't care about what other people think anymore. They love me anyway. Say those things, darling. Okay? Amen. Thanks, Cassandra. Lois, I went to school today with a shit ton of confidence and I could feel SP staring at me all day in class. Oh, thanks! See, I told you. Wonderful, darling. Hooray. Good for you, sweetheart. One has to ask yourself, why am I being triggered when I listen to Loz's video? Exactly, guys. Like, people aren't aware that their triggers are manifesting. So the triggered people in those comments, I would hate to see what their reality is currently looking like, because they clearly get so triggered when people go against what they're saying or thinking or believing. I would hate to see what their relationship situations are like, or their job situations are like, or how they get so triggered by family members, because their triggers were quick to fucking trigger, and all it was about was law of attraction. You get that triggered about law of attraction? What do you like when your boyfriend argues with you? Holy shit. Like, Jesus. It was very telling. Anyway. Who just sent me some roses? Oh, thanks, Raquel. Sorry, I've been missing the lives. I just stalk you all and affirm you guys are getting your shit. Oh, Kat, how are you, darling? Hi, Laws. My self-concept is good, but I've always had fears about getting robbed, and I almost got robbed today. Oh, well, shit, Hallie, that'll happen. You heard my Africa story. Stop thinking that. Stop thinking you're going to get robbed. No one fucking robbed me. I'll clock him over the head with my handbag. Who would dare rob me? No one would dare rob me. New to manifesting and law of attraction. Do you have any starter tips to cultivate my understanding? Well, darling, I don't teach law of attraction. Law of attraction is a load of fucking shit. You're not attracting anything, darling. I teach manifesting, okay? All manifesting is your state of being. What do you currently think you are? Who do you think you are? What do you think you are? Do you think you're lovable, loved, wanted, adored, admired, enough, chosen? Or do you think, I'm not chosen, relationships never work out for me, I don't have enough money, I'm always broke, relationships are always shit, men cheat? What thoughts do you have about you, other people, and the situations you find yourself in? That's what manifesting is. People are only reflecting those current thoughts about yourself and the long-held thoughts you've always had your whole fucking life. That's all manifesting is. So if you want to change your current reality, it's a reflection of your old thinking, so you need to change your thinking. Your dominant subconscious thinking. A lot of people think manifesting is something to do with woo-woo shit and magic. It's nothing of the sort. It's simply your subconscious mind reflecting thought out, and other people in your reality, because you're only in yours, reflect back your current and previous thinking. If you want to change your reality, you've got to think differently about it and think differently about yourself. See yourself differently. Step into the state of the man or woman you want to be. Who would I be if I had my wish fulfillment? How would I feel? What would I see? What would I taste, smell, touch, hear? Who is the person I would be? Step into that person every day and it will come about, because you are living in the end of it happening already. Your subconscious mind won't know the fucking difference between dream and reality. Wish fulfillment that you're imagining and reality, and it will bring it about by reflecting those new thoughts out of you being the person you want to be, and everyone in your reality will simply reflect back that thinking, and that manifestation will happen. That's how it works. I should just post that on TikTok because that explained it. I said go and watch my manifesting series, How to Manifest, but all of them were so fucking triggered. They were like, I don't want to watch your advertisement. I'm not advertising anything, you dumb. See you next Tuesday. I'm not selling anything. The fuck are you talking about? I'm not even in the Creator Fund. I'm in Australia. We don't have the fucking Creator Fund. How long does it take to reprogram your subconscious mind? Who the fuck knows, Marcel? Look, a lot of people say it takes 21 days to form a habit, which is about your subconscious. I would have to look into the actual science of how long it takes. Who the fuck knows? It takes as long as it takes for you to convince your subconscious that the new thought is true. How long will it take you? Who knows? You don't even know. So you just got to keep thinking the new thought until it becomes a belief. And you have no control over that, unfortunately. I know this sounds crazy, but I always feared I would get stung by a bee in my car, and it happened. Yes, darling, you manifested that. Well done. You're a masterful manifester, angel, maybe. Well done. Tick, you did that. A lot of people are manifesting butterflies and fucking purple cars. You just manifested getting stung by a bee because you dominantly thought about it, and therefore, ta-da, it happened. You're a master at this. Do you think scripting is effective? Yes, darling, please do it, but don't do it as writing down affirmations. Don't do it like 3, 6, 9, 55 by 5. That is just a waste of pen. Okay, that is not sinking those new thoughts into your mind. You're meant to be having new thinking. That's what affirming is. You can do scripting a new story of you, of your person, a scenario that you'd like to manifest, etc. I hate these waves. What are you talking about, Sarah? I broke down last night at work event because I missed SP, but it didn't last long. I hate these waves. Don't worry, Sarah. Look, it happens. Every now and again, I'll just have a moment and I'll be upset, and then the next day I'm fine. It's all right, darling. Can I manifest him to want marriage? Yes, darling. Just imagine you're married to him already. We're so blissfully, happily married. John loves being my husband. He loves showing me off for everyone. I love my new engagement ring. Whatever it is. My SP's married and tries to ignore me. He senses I love him. How to get him off the pedestal. He's married and tries to ignore me. Why have you got the assumption that he ignores you, first of all? He senses I love him. Well, you're fucking putting him way up on the pedestal, darling. The only way to get someone off a pedestal is to put yourself on it. You can't really get them off when you're in love with them. It's kind of impossible because you still think highly of them. So I want you to start thinking more highly of yourself. Build yourself up with self-concept affirmations, darling. If you go to my Facebook group, I've got all the self-concept affirmations in an album, in self-concept affirmations. You can also listen to all the lives. Go and put the word self-concept into any of the search bar and you'll find all the videos about self-concept, although every single live I talk about self-concept. Go and watch number 25 and number 41 first. Even if he says he doesn't want marriage, yes, darling, it doesn't matter what they say. It's your belief that he believes that. You could meet someone, he could meet another bitch tomorrow and she won't have the dominant story in her mind that, oh, because he was married before, or because he's this age, or because he's been a bachelor for so long, or because he said this and said that. She'll just be like, you're marrying me, motherfucker, and you're going to have a choice, and he'll marry that bitch. That's how guys end up being in a relationship with a girl for like 9 years, and then 6 months later, after they're broken up, he ends up engaged to someone else, because that bitch didn't have the belief that he didn't want to marry her. Stop having that belief. I woke up saying, I'm the bitch of my life. Bitch of my life, I'm the queen of my state of mind, and SP loves being mine. Oh, Jeep girl, I love that. Bitch of my life, I love that. Positive thought and affirmation started working today, and hubby was happy and positive in return. Oh, yeah, wonderful. Great. How to deal with no contact. Look, guys, you've got to start stepping into the state of, okay, if I understand how manifesting works, which is we are all one consciousness, which means there's no separation, I've got to understand that we actually aren't in no contact. We're in constant contact because I'm telepathically sending him thoughts out all the time that he's receiving in the receiving set of his mind. So if I think you love me, you can't stop thinking about me, you're fucking obsessed with me, you're masturbating furiously about me every night, that's exactly what will start fucking happening in his mind and in his reality. Because you're sending that out, because there is no separation. So stop thinking you're in no contact and start sending out all the thoughts you want him to have in his mind for him to reflect back to you. Got it? I'm so living it in the end that I forgot 3D and even slept. I felt SP trying to wake me up and talk. Oh, lovely, darling. How to completely remove people from SP's life. I took my focus from them, but they're still there. Why do you care, Stephanie? Why do you care? Why are they a threat to you? Why do they annoy you? That's about you. They should be able to stay in your reality and you not care. There might be people in their life that have to stay there, like parents. Okay, you can't get rid of his parents. There might be an ex-wife and they're a baby mama. You can't get rid of her. Okay? Try and not be bothered by them. Oh yeah, my dog is snoring under the table. Sorry, guys. Try and not be bothered by them, darling. That's about you. Why are you so triggered by them? You can say they're not in his reality anymore. They will disappear. But how's it going to solve the problem of your insecurity about the issue? Love you, woman. Oh, thank you, darling. I started my revision with my SP today and I feel really good. Do you have any tips from experience? Look, with experience of revision for me, don't go back to the old story again. Once you've revised it, try and stick to that story that, no, this is the new story. I've revised it. That fucking didn't happen. Because trust me when I say, you can revise a whole breakup, they'll come back and they won't ever remember the conversation you had. If you really revise it properly, if you really convince your subconscious mind that did not fucking happen. They can't remember it. And when you bring it up, they're like, that didn't happen. I didn't say that. And you're like, well, fuck, dude, I remember it clearly, but okay, if you say so. With sending thoughts, can I say to SP, you're going to reach out to me soon? Yes, darling, of course. But also I want you to imagine you and he together in your mind already. That you're already together, because the reaching out doesn't ensure a relationship. The reaching out just ensures contact, you see? It's like getting an apology. You might get the apology. You might turn up to your door with an apology. I'm really sorry. I hurt you. Bye. And you don't end up together. Go to the end of what you want. But yes, manifest action, like them constantly calling and texting you. He's always calling and texting me, yes. SP is officially my boyfriend. Thank you, Loz. You helped me so much. Oh, Anne-Marie! Hooray, darling. What did you do? Tell us. The trick is just already living in the end. Yes, darling, that's it. Stepping into the state of, I am that already. That is living in the end. Are you already the man or woman you want to be? Are you already rich? Well then, you'll eventually be rich. Are you already famous? Look at the amount of people who already thought they were famous way before they were famous, like Lady Gaga or Beyonce or Jennifer Lopez. Okay? These people truly believed in their own fame before they became famous. Didn't matter how many people knocked them back. They stepped into the state of fame and then they became famous. What about detaching from them? I don't believe in that shit, darling. Look, you can try and detach from them all you like, but if you're in love with a person, how the fuck are you going to detach from thinking about them? Excuse me. What you detach from is the how it comes about. You can't possibly devise the means of how you get back together, how they're going to come to you, what they're going to say. Okay? That is beyond your control. That's the thing you detach from, but not thinking about them, because you're going to do it anyway. That's why LOA is so flawed when people say let go and forget about it. It's impossible. If you're madly in love with someone and you've just had a breakup, the last thing you're going to do is be able to detach from thinking about them. That's ridiculous. Can you manifest getting over someone? Well, if you really want, Hallie, just start saying, I don't care about them anymore. I'm completely over them if you really want to be. Can I manifest somebody I've never met but I have my eye on? Yes, darling, it doesn't make any difference you never met them. Just imagine them with you. How do I know my affirmations are working if I don't see movement in the 3D yet? You don't. Guys, there's a really good video I'm going to stitch, and it's that, Simon Sinek or whatever his name is, talking about when you go to the gym and you start lifting weights, you go back home that first day and you look in the mirror and you see nothing. Then you go a couple of days later, you lift your weights, you go back home, you look in the mirror and you see nothing. You could do that for months and see almost nothing. For months, until your body starts to improve and get toned and muscle starts to form and fat starts to fall away. It might take a couple of months. It's like going to the gym. For the first couple of weeks, you might see nothing. But it doesn't mean it's not working. You've got to assume, you've got to have faith in the unseen. Are you having faith in what you can't see, like you would if you were doing glute stuff and squats and shit at the gym, but your ass wasn't getting any bigger by the day? Or would you give up because your ass hadn't got gargantuan Kardashian style by 2 weeks in? Lois, can you see my comments? Oh, no, darling. Yes, detaching can mean not being needy. Yes, absolutely. Detaching from your desperate, needy energy. Yeah, absolutely. Where's this, Meg? Question. If I have a dream of X long ago, would they be trying to think me into their reality? No, darling, you're just having a dream about them. Don't worry about what the fuck they're doing. Jim Carrey did that too. Oh, absolutely. And Jim Carrey's a masterful manifester and understands this like no one's business. Hang on, Meg. Where the fuck is it? What's this, Sarah? When I revise my new story, my head tries to remind me of the old story and subconscious tells me the new story. Wonderful, Sarah. That's great. That's what you should be doing. Wonderful. I don't go live with people. Can I have something to somebody else while waiting? Absolutely, darling. Meg, where the fuck is your question? I can't see it. Would you say step 1 is to deal with childhood trauma, then self-concept simultaneously SP affirmations? Look, guys, I don't want you to think you have to untraumatize yourself and you have to get over all your childhood trauma to be able to manifest anything. That's not true. It's a work in progress, okay? You are a work in progress. Your Sistine Chapel, it's going to take a long time, okay? He was up there painting for years, all right, to get it perfect. You're not going to have to be perfect for them to come back. Do it all at once. But focus on you more with your self-concept, absolutely, darling. Is it okay to get therapy whilst manifesting? Absolutely, darling. But what I would do, I would say to your therapist, I don't want to talk about the past too much. Once we've spoken about it, I would like to speak about my hopeful future. I want to use affirmations in my therapy. I want to be thinking the new thoughts and replacing the old thoughts. We can talk about the past, but I don't want to dwell there. I want to unpack it and then start thinking the new thoughts that are the opposite of everything we just fucking unpacked. I don't want to be in the dwelling place of sitting in the mire of my trauma, and every time I leave therapy, I'm fucking traumatized and nothing's changed in my mind, and then I have to come back next week and pay you another $200 bucks to sit here and moan for 50 minutes, because that no helpeth anyone. I can't find this, Meg. You have to write it again. What about hypnosis? Yes, darling, go to a hypnotist and get them to do your affirmations for you or whatever, or do self-hypnosis. Can we manifest not getting corona or not being affected with measures, vaccines? Well, I'm not affected by it, darling. It literally hasn't affected me in any kind of way, in any form, in any way, because I literally don't have it in my reality. I don't watch the news. I have not watched television for over 1 year and 3 months. Since I moved into my other house, I didn't have an aerial cord, so I couldn't actually plug the television in. So I have not watched the news for that long. And since I moved into this house, I flicked the news on one night. I flicked around the channels. I watched for, honestly, all of 2 minutes and went, I'm out. I only watch TikTok and YouTube. That's it. Stop watching it. Stop being affected by it. Stop keeping COVID in your reality and it will slowly go away. If you focus on the obstacle, if you focus on the problem, it will grow. You only get COVID if you obsess over it. I truly believe that. Well, everyone's obsessed by it. What do you think about, what's this? And we're still married, but he's keeping company with another woman. What's this, Tina? And we're still married. Where's the rest of that? Hang on, where's the first bit? Okay, so you want to be with him, but he's keeping company with another woman. Just say, he only has eyes for me. Oh, he didn't turn up tonight. Haven't heard anything either. Oh, no, Meg. Oh, really? Oh, how fucking disappointing. Were you having fears that might happen or something? Or, oh, darling, look, put it down to he was too scared. He didn't know what to say. He was nervous. Give it good meaning, okay? He got hit by a truck. He's in traction in hospital. He's got amnesia. He doesn't know his name. That's brilliant advice about therapy. Thank you. Okay, good, darling. Thank you. Is living in the end and affirming enough? Because I think revising will trigger me too much. Look, guys, if the revision is going to trigger you, then don't do it. But look, to do revision without triggering, you go to the point before the scene happens, the bad thing happened, and you don't go back to it in your mind. I don't watch either. Good, darling. Hang on, I can't find that, Tina V, what you're talking about. But if you want to get that woman out of your reality, I want you to focus on you and your SP together, that you're still married, you're blissfully, happily married. That bitch didn't exist. She came along and she just proved to him that you were the only girl for him. Every time he looked at her, he thought of you and reminded him that you're the only one for him, that you're the one who knows him, gets him, sees him, loves him. There's no girl like you, and you're back together. And work on the shit that caused your relationship to fall apart in the first place and caused him to choose another person, which fundamentally could be one of these two things. I feel not good enough and not chosen, or I don't trust you and I think you're going to leave me. Work out which ones they were. Or I don't feel like you're going to give me the love I need, and then they don't. Same here. Been 3 years since I watched TV. Really? 3 years? Does affirming once a day work, or do we need to affirm in our head all day? Darling, once a day, and you have 70,000 thoughts. If you affirm once a day, do you think it's going to have much effect on the other 60,000 other thoughts you had all day? Not much. Don't have to sit there doing it all fucking day, but I want you to flip your thoughts at least. Loz, help. This guy said we're going to hang out, but he's not texting me. Part 1. All right, darling, don't freak out. Just imagine you'll see him another time. Oh, subconscious L. Thank you, Loz. But what about if I'm not allowed places without vaccine, etc.? Well, just imagine you're the exception to the rule. All the rules start getting lax. Everyone's allowed in because everyone starts not having the vaccine. Everyone starts waking up and gets a bit more woke, and people stop. 9,000 workers walked off the streets of New York today out of jobs. I saw there was a news article dropped off on TikTok because they were just like, fuck this, I'm having the vaccine. There's a lot of people who won't be having it. So just imagine you're the exception and you can go anywhere you want. You're invincible. Had a bad fight with my SP yesterday. I reacted. How do I reapproach this? Go back and revise the scene, darling. Imagine you didn't react, or if you did react and you can't revise it, imagine they don't care. I'm becoming stagnant in my visualizations. Any tips to kickstart this again? Well, just think of a different visualization, darling. If it's boring you, think of a new one, a fresh one. Okay? Step into a new state, a new scene, being in that state, but a new scene that would seem more interesting to you, or affirm. What's this, which is a reflection of my thoughts? Weeks? What did you say, Sarah? I missed it. Had an email from a random medium saying SP was going to text me and then didn't, but will in a few weeks. Oh, good, darling. Which is a reflection of my thinking. Good. Thank you, Laws. What about if I'm not allowed to... Oh, I saw that one. What do I affirm to make him apologise and come back? Look, darling, if you're hell-bent on the apology, fine. But sometimes the apology is just you apologising to you for causing all the shit. You've really got to apologise to you, darling. When you accept this and understand that you are the only cause and you caused the fighting or the pulling away or the him drifting away or him cheating, you'll understand there's no point waiting for an apology, because the person you need to apologise is the person in the mirror, which is you, because you caused it with your shitty thinking about you. If you guys are really hell-bent on an apology, you're not really accepting your cause in this, okay? What if I haven't found my SP? Don't worry, darling. Just imagine someone in your bed. You don't even need to know what their face looks like. Just to see yourself as coupled up. Oh, thank you, Delicia, for the roses. SP is back. We're supposed to be spending time today, but he's not picking up my calls. How do I revise? Well, stop fucking calling him and get on with your life, darling. Your thoughts are creating a whole lot of crap. My thoughts create. That's your name. Stop creating crap like he's not picking up my calls. Stop badgering him. Go and get a life. Forget that he even said that. And then he'll be like, oh my God, she's forgotten all about me. Where's she gone? and start assuming he's going to come towards me. He'll be ringing me any second now. If I disappear, he's going to be so fucking pissed off. He's going to think I've forgotten him. He'll be back any fucking second. Affirmations from ASP to tell people we're together. Been so for a month now, and I feel like a secret. Why do you feel like a secret? Do you secretly feel unchosen, unwanted, unloved? Not good enough, and therefore not good enough to be shown off? Say things like, he loves to show me off. Everyone knows about us now. Everyone loves us together. Thank you, darling, for the rose. Who was that? I clearly can't get this right. I was confident as I literally felt it, Loz. I really felt it. Oh, Meg, look. Guys, sometimes the 3D really hits you a curveball and you think your brain's all on top of this. But unfortunately, the old shit that you were thinking for a really long time is still playing out and the old them is still showing up. Don't be thrown by it, Meg. Honestly, this too shall pass. This has come to try you, okay? How much is this trying you? That happened to me this year. And I would just see shit and I think, fuck me, my brain's been really on point. But, oh wow, I really was thinking this shit for a long time. Don't be thrown by it. I'm thinking I should take space away from him to work on my self-concept and how I want him to be. I wouldn't recommend that, but if you really need to do that, darling, go ahead. My therapist said, saying this is denial and she'll start becoming angry, weird, referring this with a tone. Well, then get a different therapist, darling, who's more open-minded and understands what affirming is, understands what positive thought is, and that you're just trying to have new positive thinking. I would get a new therapist. A lot of therapists that people have had calls with me were fucking idiots and hadn't worked out any of their childhood shit, and I worked it out in 5 minutes. They were not good therapists. They're like, I've been going to my therapist 5 years, they've never worked this out. And I'm like, get a new therapist. You've got a lot of therapists in America, guys, who are very unqualified to even be working at McDonald's, let alone therapists, as far as I'm concerned, with the amount of calls I've had with people who just had the shittiest, most unaware therapists. If your therapist can't accept that you're trying to think more positively about yourself and change your dominant thinking, which is why you're in therapy in the fucking first place, get a new therapist. Aren't you trying to change your dominant childhood beliefs that are causing your reality? What's wrong with your therapist? Well, who caught your life? Oh, darling. Here's a good sign. If we dream about our desire, yes, darling, give it that meaning. I'm so grateful to have found you live early today, still waiting to be accepted in the Facebook group. Oh, are you? Oh. I'll do it now. What if I haven't found my SP? I saw that one. What do you need to do after you did revision and rewrite the story? I reread it every morning. No, that's good, darling. Do that. But guys, just step into the state of, I have this now. This is mine now. And affirm. Don't worry about revising it again if you feel like you've revised it enough. Tracy, is it you trying to get in? Tracy. There you go. Part 2. I know he will eventually, but I'm confused what I'm supposed to do. Oh, hang on. Where's the first part of this? Where's part 1? Loz, help. This guy said we're going to hang out, but he's not texting me. I'm confused what to do. So just imagine that he's constantly calling and texting you. Go and get on with your life, darling. You imagine he can't wait to see you. You see you and them together and you stop thinking you've done something wrong and stop freaking out and thinking he's not contacting you. Because the more you think he's not contacting you, the more he won't contact you. Is it a good sign if we dream about our desire? Yes, darling. I'm going down, guys. Well, should I stay with him and keep affirming? I find live more in the 3D when he's around. Look, just stay with them and keep affirming, please. Affirm while they're there in front of you. Just do it in your mind while they're standing there. You love me and only me. You can't stop thinking about me. You're going to do everything I fucking want because I run this shit. You're doing it in your mind while they're there. Trust me. I literally love your outlook. You're brilliant. Oh, thank you, darling. What happens if you cannot remember your past? 95% have memory blank to fix past old stories. Oh, look, I know, darling. When I was in therapy, I used to have these flashback things where you sit there and do revisions and I couldn't remember half of my childhood. And then suddenly a memory would come and I'd go to my mum and say, that didn't happen, did it? She'd say, yeah. And I would think I was making it up. What you do instead of trying to go back to your childhood, you just write down what your triggers are now. What are you triggered by? You'll know people leaving you on red, people not spending enough time with you. It's like love languages, okay? So some people have a love language of time spent. That's mine. I like you to spend time with me. Now, what's that about? Well, I don't know. I'd have to figure it out. But it's connected to something in my self-concept where I feel you need to spend time with me to make me feel chosen and valuable. If I feel unchosen, if you are with me a lot, giving me acts of service or time spent, it makes me feel valuable and that you love me and that you've chosen me over all others. But if you're away from me and you don't spend enough time with me, that triggers my feelings of not chosen, not being good enough. And I think, oh, why are you spending time with that other person? Am I not good enough for you? Is this more important to you than me? Am I not a priority? Which is about my self-concept. So investigate your triggers And then you'll kind of link it to your self-concept. You don't have to know what the childhood stuff was. Are you live every day? Yes, darling. Morning time Australia and night time Australia, which is night time US, morning time UK. And sometimes this late, not very often, which is very early morning East Coast USA. Can we manifest an apology from an ex while being in a relationship? Yes, darling. Why can't you? They come to me and apologise. They're sorry for everything they said and did. Does how much you affirm... Hang on, what's this? Oh, thank you for the flowers, Jocelyn. How much you affirm affect the time it takes? Yes, darling, because it's just your subconscious thought being changed. So your beliefs formed over years and years and years and long time of you thinking the same repetitive thought, I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not chosen, I'm not the priority, and eventually you'll start thinking those things. They form a neural pathway in your brain and become a belief. So for you to change the old thinking, you've got to think the new thought a lot repetitively, which is why people teach affirming repetitively. Is it nighttime where you are? Yes, I'm in pajamas ready for bed, darling. Can I write my affirmations down? I don't recommend it. Write it once so you remember what the fuck they are and then say them in your mind, please. It's new thinking, guys. Lots of people teach affirming like a thing to do, like an activity. It's literally new thought that you're replacing your old thought with. If anyone's teaching it to you like a technique or telling you to write it down 55 by 5 style, 369, they're a fuckwit. You should stop watching them because they literally don't even understand what the fuck they're doing with the affirmation or what the point of it is. Those your viewer numbers were nearly at 300 last night. I remember you used to have 50 back in February. Oh, no. Amazing. Hi, Loz. If I ultimately want marriage, but in no contact, do I affirm for both? Yes, darling, you say. They're constantly calling and texting me. They need to spend time with me. They need to hear my voice. They can't go a day without calling me or texting me. They need to hear from me. They need to talk to me. Sorry, they need to talk to me, not hear from me. They need to talk to me and then say, he loves being my husband. You can do it in steps if you like. Just start saying contact first and then get to married later. I listen to coaching videos every day for most of the day to avoid negative thoughts. Is that too much? You can, darling, but I would rather you're flipping your thoughts a lot. There is a real phenomena of sitting there and listening to every coaching video and reading every book and not actually changing your thinking. Neville used to make people at the end of his lectures go into the silence. He would say at the end of all his lectures, now, let us go into the silence. And he would literally force everyone to sit there and imagine, sit there and affirm, sit there and visualize. Because he knew a lot of people would just go home and start reading the books again, reading the pamphlets he gave them and listening to a record. You know, back in the days, they didn't have internet and television, right? Because he wanted you to actively do it. If you're not actively affirming, if you're not actively visualizing and you're spending a lot of time watching videos, I would rather you put the affirmation tape on of your own voice, repeating your self-concept affirmation all fucking day in the background and repeat after yourself rather than watching a video. You can watch the videos, but as long as you're not doing it as a distraction or thinking that you're doing something wrong or thinking that you're having to learn more and not actually changing your thinking. The changing of the thinking is way more important than the learning about the thinking. You can get into a real trap of watching too much. I know you hate talking about time, but can you manifest on time crunch? Guys, look, I don't believe in it. But if you want to do it, say that you can do that. I can manifest on any time crunch. I'm a masterful manifestor, so I can manifest on time if I want to. Look, I have done it, guys, when it's a real fucking emergency, but I prefer just to say it comes at its own time, but it's up to you. How to make him call me. Just imagine he's constantly calling and texting you, darling, and really you've got to live in the state of we are together. Oh, thanks, ex-Phoenix, for the hand heart. But, darling, have you worked on your self-concept as to why he stopped calling you in the first place, why you broke up, why you're not in contact? What self-concept shitty insecurities were you having that caused that? You need to fix that and not have those thoughts about yourself anymore. If you feel unchosen and unwanted, he's not going to call you anytime soon because you feel unchosen and unwanted, which is the problem. Oh, thank you, Mama, for the roses. Can I affirm and manifest more than one specific person? Yes, darling, I did. You don't need to be specific about one. Is it normal to lose feelings for SP while affirming the new story and letting go of the old one? Yes, guys, because they don't seem so great anymore. You've taken them way down off the pedestal. You put yourself up there when, you used to big them up and think they were the greatest thing since sliced bread. And when you start seeing yourself as better, sometimes you're like, what did I see in that guy? Okay. Revised daughter's dad, he texted saying he missed her and asked for pics. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful, Lisa. Filling you up. Oh, what's that mean? Lois, I want affirmations for hair growth. Oh, thanks, Shiloh, for all the roses. I want affirmations for hair growth. Where is that? I've experienced hair loss in the past year. My hair is so luscious. My hair grows by the day. My roots are constantly rejuvenating themselves. I have so much hair. My hair is voluminous. When I rub my black seed oil into my scalp, I know it's working. My cells are renewing themselves. My follicles are so vibrant and healthy. Anything like that. Videos were interesting to me today, lol. Oh, good, darling. Do you talk about manifesting money? Yes, darling. We have a challenge in the Facebook group at the moment. Come and join our Facebook challenge. It's the Money and Success Challenge, and we're all working on it for 7 days, really doing our self-concept of we are wealthy, we are successful, stepping into the state of that, talking, saying affirmations like, I am steeped in wealth, money comes to me so easily, why am I so wealthy? I can buy anything I want. I'm so uber successful. Everyone's so jealous of how much money I've got. I've got my dream career. Whatever would make you feel in the state of having the success and the money that you want. I reached out and didn't get a response. I'm a little thrown back. Well, darling, stop thinking you did something wrong. Start giving it a good meaning, then falling down a well, or they're trying to think of something really good to say. They've composed it in their notes and deleted it 10 times because they don't want to fuck it up. Give a good meaning, darling. Stop thinking you've done something wrong and work on your self-concept in the meantime, please. I was happy last night when I went to sleep in the end. Woke up this morning sobbing as he is not here. Okay, so that's not successful living the end, darling. Successful living the end is I wake up and I still feel like he's there. Okay, so that's fine. You did it successfully last night. Now tomorrow night, try doing it in the morning. So as you wake up, darling, I want you to imagine their arms around you. Imagine their smell and just imagine them there. And imagine your pillow against your back is them. And they're whispering in your ear, babe, I missed you all night when I was asleep. You weren't there. You were here with me, but I couldn't see you. My eyes were shut. Whatever they would say. Okay? And try and step in the state of they're there with you in the morning, darling. All right? When I bring out my YouTube, guys, I will have things like fall asleep in their arms, wake up in the morning with them, meditations to really help you. Because I know that for me, guided meditations like that really help me get in the state. I used to record them for myself. I've got so many in my voice memos. Oh, thank you, Amber. I've got so many voice memos that I've recorded for myself last year and the year before. Just this year and the year before. Like really getting myself into my own good state. So I know they help me, so hopefully they'll help other people. And then when you feel thrown, you can just put on one of those meditations, have a visualization that will help you to stop you spiraling. Okay? I was living in the wishful field for a week and it felt amazing, and the 3D decided to be a bitch. Oh, look, darling, it does. The 3D can be a bastard. Don't worry about it. Just be like the dog in the meme. Oh, well, look at this shit burning down around me. Oh well. I created it. I can change it. If that third party showed up, it's because I didn't feel chosen. So I'm getting rid of that fucking bitch with my new thinking, etc. I'm manifesting a new job / better pay. Nothing in 3D yet, but I'm so sad. So sad what? Hang on, scrolled up all of a sudden. Sorry, guys. So sad what? To leave these co-workers. Oh, okay. Well, either imagine that you want to stay in the job and you get a better pay and a new position at that job. I don't need to leave. I get a promotion at this job. I love working with my co-workers, and this job gives me the opportunity I want and the money I want. Affirm that. Or imagine I found a brand new workplace and I get paid exactly what I want and I love my new co-workers. Say that. Oh my God, SP is trying to get his kids babysat so we can spend the night together this weekend. I'm a priority now. Wonderful, Nat. Do you have a YouTube? Not yet, darling. It's coming soon, I promise. But look, come to the Facebook group, Subconscious Laws. All these lives are saved in there. I added live 297, I think, today. Plus, I go live every Friday on Facebook. So there are ample Facebook Friday lives as well. Just put in Facebook Friday or TikTok Live in the search bar and you'll find all the videos, or just look in the media section. When are you doing those? Oh, the meditations on YouTube. I've recorded a whole lot of them already. Look. In my trusty microphone. Been recording them this week. Yes, go and look up Subconscious Laws. Links in my bio, guys. Just answer a few questions so I know you're not a spammer. When he talks about the other girl and you get upset, what kind of trigger is this? Well, it's just because you feel unchosen, not wanted by them and not loved by them, and they're talking about another bitch in front of your face. It's not very nice. Of course you're going to get triggered. Okay? I don't feel chosen. I don't feel loved by you. You love me. You want me. No one compares to me. Think those things. If you do self-concept alone, should that affect SP2? Yes, darling, we're all one. There is no separation. They can hear you, feel you. Whatever you're thinking, you get sending out to them. How do I find you on YouTube? You won't yet, darling. I'm not there yet. You've got to come to the Facebook group. I haven't saved anything on YouTube yet, but you can come and watch these lives in the Facebook group, Subconscious Laws. Okay? Knowing my story, what tips can you give me directly, please, Laws? I'm just trying to think what your fucking story is, Meg. I had 500 calls. I'm trying to think. Darling, look. A lot of that story is not chosen, okay? That he is not choosing me. I am not being chosen here. Why aren't I feeling chosen? I want you to try and think of as many self-concept affirmations that you can that would really help you. I was listening to some today as I was walking along, and some of mine still really affect me and make me want to cry. Still, even though I've been saying them for months and years, because they are so key to my shit. Right? Think, what do I get triggered by? Oh, being left on red. Do I feel like people are going to leave me? Do I feel like people are going to not choose me? Do I feel rejected when that happens? Or is it that I feel they're going to leave and never come back? What is it? And then say, no one ever dare leaves me. No one dares to leave me. I'm too special to lose. I'm too important to them. Once they've loved me, they always love me. I give them a love they can't get from anybody else. No one is me. I'm so this and so that and so blah, blah, blah. The opposite is happening in my 3D, but it doesn't trigger me anymore. Wonderful, darling. Good for you. Yes, just make a fake account, darling. If you're not in Facebook and you don't want to be triggered by Facebook posts and blah, 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 just make a fake name and fake email and just come join it. I promise the YouTube will be out in about a month, guys. Oh my God, you just repeated 3 of my affirmations. Did I, Sarah? I can't stop thinking negatively. What do I do? Just affirm positive or what? Yes, darling, please affirm positively. All positive thinking is, all affirming is new positive thoughts to replace those old shitty thoughts, okay? Can you affirm your SP back without actually feeling like you're already with them? It's hard in 3D. No, you're not doing it in 3D. You're doing it in your head. There's a difference. Up here, you're with them, not out here. Right? It's in the 5D, the 5th dimension in your mind. Lying in bed at night and imagining he's there with his arms around you in your head. That makes sense? Oh, someone's sending me saucy texts. How do we see SP's Muslim parents as different without focusing on the problem? Just start saying, they're so accepting of me, they love us together, they just want him to be happy. And don't focus on the problem within the affirmation. Even a short while ago, the hair affirmation with the word luscious, you repeated from one of mine. Oh, did I? What a self-concept I can do. Blocked from SP for 4 weeks. I know he's coming back when I'm doing visualizing. Okay. He loves talking to me. He has to talk to me every day or he doesn't feel right. I'm his favourite person. He has to talk to me and see me every day or he doesn't feel right. And that means you'll be unblocked, because how can you be blocked if he's talking and seeing you every day? It works. Yes, good, darling. My self-concept is on point. I don't even want my SP anymore. Thanks to you and Sasha. Oh, Sophie's doing. Hooray. Ow, my back's hurting, guys. So if I'm manifesting to be with my SP today, do I need to focus on them or my self-concept? Both, darling. I would focus on both. On the old story of them, change it, and focus on your new self-concept of you. Right, guys, I'm going to go soon because I am literally falling asleep because I've had no sleep. Please do come to the Facebook group and also follow me if you don't follow me already. You'll know when I go live if you put the notification bell on, because I go live at different times of the day. I also give you warning in the Facebook group that I'm going live. All right, guys? Please do follow me if you don't. And guys, if you do follow me already, I love you. Thank you for being here as always. Even someone who's sarcastic hugged me last night when I was upset. Oh, really, darling? Love it. All right. Thanks, guys, for joining me. I am so buggered. I have to put myself to bed and wash off the bad juju of the day from that comment section from that video, because, my God, I had to have a shower and scrub myself clean, like crying game style in the shower, because that bad juju, and that was so bad. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. See you guys. Bye.